Hello and welcome to the War on Error. It is Monday, the 19th of December, 2022. It is genuinely nearly over. It's really nearly over. And you know what? I could never get the hang of even numbered years. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So, welcome, everyone who's in the chat here. We've got John Barleycorn, we've got Number 3, we've got Daily Blase, we've got Pineapple Boy, we've got Aki's Maid, we've got Duke Vengeance is in there as well. We've got Patrick McCarthy, we've got Freckle Puny, and we've got Cathal. How you doing, everyone? How are you doing? Sorry, I'm a bit low on the screen at the moment. I think my my camera has for some reason just gone stupid. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll make myself bigger, as the actress said to the bishop. There you go. Maybe as the bishop said to the actress, hello. Let's put me better on the screen. Okay, so I'm going to dive in straight tonight. Tonight's episode of The War on Error is called The Silence of the Gams. The reason it's called that is because the violence of the Gams, because the Gams are revolting. The Gammon, the Wall of Gammon, the people who hold these really horrific, obnoxious beliefs, and they're pretty horrific. I've written a book for them. So if you haven't got this already, this is the Great Brexit Cookbook. Came out last week, and I finally got my copy of it on Saturday. Here it is. And basically it's a book with loads of disgusting recipes in, like kidney omelette, tongue toast, sheep's head broth, conger eel, cheese pudding, semolina patties, nettle beer, and various what's that? Stewed ox kidney. Yeah. Woodcocks, sparrow stew. Anyway, so the idea with this is it's only like £6, and you can buy it and get it sent to someone in your life, colleague perhaps, or an ex-lover, or an ex-partner, maybe even someone in your family, a neighbour, someone in your life who voted for Brexit. They voted for this. They voted for this cold, dystopian, shitty, bland food nightmare that we're living through at the moment. So please head over to Amazon and buy the book. I'll put the link in the in the oh shit, hang on, no, that's not right. That's my background. I lost my background. I had to go and get it again. Let's just remove that. Go away. Don't want that. Been removed. Sorry. I will try that again. Here we go. Wonderful. Right. Okay, so follow that link, and you too can be a proud owner of a copy of the Great Brexit Cookbook. And this is going to be limited edition because it's got a cow's head on the front, and I'm going to be swapping that for the picture of the pigeon that's actually inside the book. You can see it there. It's like a pigeon that's been plucked, but its head hasn't. It just looks disgusting. I think that looks more disgusting than the cow's head. Anyway, right, so there you go. If you want to get hold of that, please do. Conger eels dance a wicked samba, says Patrick. Well, that may as well be. I doubt I could write a book. I lack the emotional energy required. Richard, honestly, mate, I didn't write this. Okay, I found an old. Well, I was given a couple of old recipe books from like 100 years ago. They had all these disgusting recipes in, and basically I scanned them, and then I copied the recipes over, and corrected all the spelling mistakes. And not the spelling mistakes in the original book, the spelling mistakes when it tries to turn a PDF document into text. Anyway, Aki's Maid. Everyone gets my names wrong. It did take me ages to educate Max right, though. Oh, shine on. So I've said Aki's Mad wrong. Aki's... Sorry, it looked like Aki's Maid to me. The screen that I'm using, I don't know what's happened. But like when I got set up tonight, like everything had reset itself. So it was like the screen wasn't set up at the right resolution. Oh, God, it was just a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. Anyway, right, I'm rambling. That's not good enough. We are now a few minutes into the show. Right, okay. The reason why I'm picking on the gammon today is a couple of news items that I'd like to pick up on. First of all, the select committee of the of Congress has decided, the House of Representatives has decided that the congressional inquest into the January the 6th attack on American democracy, which is 2 years ago now. That's a bloody long time ago. They have come back and said that they have 4 recommendations for Donald Trump to be to basically be arrested for these 4 crimes that he has undoubtedly committed. And they've said if it wasn't for Donald Trump, that incident wouldn't have happened. That incident, which not just was the biggest attack on democracy in America since the Civil War, it was also led to the deaths of several people, including the police officers who were working there. So, you can either be on the side of Trump or the police officers. And I'm on the side of the police officers on this one, unusually, because, I don't think they deserve to die. I mean, some of them deserve to go to jail for not being very nice or being criminals, sure, but death? No, they didn't deserve that, and certainly not the people defending the Capitol. On January the 6th, 2021, did not deserve that at all. Anyway, the recommendation from the panel, the congressional panel, is that the Department of Justice, the DOJ, take it up, and they have over 1,000 hours of testimony of people who were there and involved with what happened, and basically Trump is banged to rights. He probably won't go down, though. He's far too rich. The other gammony bit of news that we've had this today, there's 3 things I want to talk about, is the fact that the High Court deemed this crackpot scheme, this horrific, inhumane scheme to send women and children fleeing war, fleeing persecution, who have committed no crime, punishing them by flying them to Rwanda, a country they don't know, a country where they don't speak the language, a country where they're going to struggle to just get by. And we're doing this because our government is evil. That's it. That's the only reason why we're doing this. Suella Braverman is an evil little fucktard. And I really hope that she unalives very soon in a most horrible way. Talking of wishing horrible things on people, the other thing I wanted to touch on is Jeremy Clarkson's column in the Scum newspaper this weekend, in which, and I quote, he says, Meghan, though, he's talking about Meghan Markle, she's an actress who married a British prince, and that wasn't allowed for some reason. I mean, some have said it's because she's mixed race, but given the amount of vitriol given to her because she's mixed race and the amount of underlying racism targeting, I can't see it myself. Even when the first article on the Mail out of that came out when she was, it was first announced that she was going out with Prince Harry, was entitled that she's straight out of Compton, like the NWA record. She's never lived in Compton. She was not born in Compton. She's never lived in Compton. That's another place. But because they wanted to allude to the fact that she's black and therefore possibly a gangster, who knows? Or maybe a gangster rapper. They're all gangster rappers, aren't they? All the famous people who are black. Yeah, bit problematic. Anyway, what Meghan does brilliantly, and I've touched on this before, is she enrages the gammon. The gammon absolutely hate her with a passion that is unmatched on earth. And that's one of the reasons why I absolutely love her. I think Meghan Markle is the best human being on the planet at the moment, on a par with Greta Thunberg, because Greta Thunberg is doing her duty by, to the planet by helping save it, or at least save humanity, and by highlighting the climate injustice that's going on at the moment, and the fact that we're living in a climate emergency and the house is on fire and everyone's talking about what they should watch on TV, and they're like, we can't watch what's on TV because there's going to be no TV because the house is on fire. We need to address it now. Anyway, Meghan's doing her bit for the future of the planet by killing lots of gammon, by making them suffer, I don't know, brain explosions because and have heart attacks and stuff, I assume, because for the gammon to get this enraged about someone's just existence is pretty impressive. I mean, it's pretty damn impressive. Anyway, here's what privately educated, moron, gobshite and motormouth Jeremy Clarkson had to say about Meghan Markle this weekend. Meghan, though, is a different story. I hate her. You know what? When you got a face like a slab of gammon and you went to private school and you're very, very white, do you see why that might be a little consequence? Do you remember the little thing that he did on Top Gear where he did eeny, meeny, miny, mo? And he went to say the N-word. He was only joking, though. And then that time when there was a man walking, a Southeast Asian man walking on a bridge, and he referred to him as a slope. He said there's a slope on the bridge. Oh, we didn't know it was a slur. Yes, he fucking did. You know, I'll say a lot of things about Jeremy Clarkson, most of which have got 4 letters. But one thing I would say is he's an idiot. He knows what he's doing. Like, he knew that when he went to Argentina driving a car with the number plate H8, 984 FKL, it would fuck off everyone in Argentina. Like, the idea that he didn't know that is insulting. And him and his twat mate, James May, and that little fucking ferret guy, little ferret fuckwit, Richard fucking Cunt Hammond, you know, they all went along with it. Oh, no, we didn't know. Yes, they fucking knew. They knew. Absolutely 100%. They knew what they were doing. They were winding up the people in Argentina to, you know, play to their base. Anyway, so this is what he wrote about it. Meghan, though, is a different story. I hate her. Not like I hate Nicola Sturgeon, the First Minister of Scotland. Okay. Quite what that got to do with an English bloke who lives in England is anyone's fucking guess. Or Rose West. Rose West. So these are the people that this fucker hates, right? He hates Meghan Markle, who's a successful actress who made loads of money herself and did loads of work for charity before she even met Prince Harry. She worked for the UN before she met Prince Harry. And she met Prince Harry, and then the paparazzi made their lives a fucking misery, as they do, because that's what the paparazzi do. That's what the tabloid newspapers do. That's what the tabloid newspapers did to Harry's mom. Drove her to an early grave. Literally drove her to an early grave. She was only 36 when she died. She was only 36 when she fucking, died. So, basically, he hates Meghan Markle, Nicola Sturgeon, and Rose West, who was a serial killer, who murdered children. So that's, in Clarkson's mind, they're all on the same level. You know, like the way in old people's minds, like old people who don't see any difference between homosexuality and paedophilia, you know the way it's like on a level in their head. In Russia, a lot of people think that, including probably Putin. They think that if you're gay, you're some kind of sexual deviant, and therefore you're probably a paedophile anyway, because they're all on the same level. There's no nuance with these people. You know, there's no nuance. They're just on or off, black or white, digital fucking gambots. That's what they are, gambots. Anyway, so, but he puts a serial killer on the same level as an actress who married the man that she loved and the First Minister of Scotland. The duly elected First Minister of Scotland, who has absolutely monstered every election in the last decade, I think. Also, all right. Anyway, so apparently he hates her on a cellular level. Does he mean like cell phones? What's he talking about there? His cells hate her. His cells hate Meghan Markle. I wonder why. I wonder why a man who once called a Southeast Asian person a slope, and also nearly said the N-word on an outtake of his shit TV show. I wonder why he would hate Meghan Markle. Any ideas? Someone throw in the comments why you think that Jeremy Clarkson might hate a mixed race woman, a successful mixed race woman. I'd like to know. I'm just gonna drop into the comments for a moment, and then I'll come back to what else he wrote. Talking of gammons, just ordered a book called Tommy, an expose of Tommy Robinson, written by Nick Lowe's of Hope Not Hate. Oh, cool. That should be interesting. Freckle Puny. Are the cakes in the book decorated with 350 hundreds and thousands? Ha ha ha! Very good. See what you did there. I need to know about our government, says... need to know about our government. Number 3. Julian Assange being tortured on British soil. That's all you need to know about our government. Yeah. Well, you know, I don't like... We've spoken about this before. I don't like Julian Assange. I think he helped Trump. I think he helped Putin. I think he helped Farage, which fucks me off on several levels. But I don't want him to be tortured. I don't want him to have some kind of extra... Was it extra... Oh, not extravehicular activity. The extra... Special rendition, yeah, extraordinary rendition. That's it. Used against him. Fair enough. If he's committed a crime, then yeah, he should pay for that. But he hasn't actually been charged with anything. I don't think at the moment. He's just been held forever, which is an affront to our sense of justice, in which everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Unless you're J.K. Rowling, and then you'll say something as obnoxious as, we've got to stop presuming guilt for people. Yeah. Presuming innocence. We've got to stop presuming innocence for people, says J.K. Rowling. Why? I don't know. They get me started on it. Saw Janet Street Porter defending Clarkson's right to free speech. Jesus Christ. I have to disagree with Janet Street Porter on this. Clarkson has more access to Vance's speech than anyone on this page, including Graham. Yes, exactly. These people's free speech is power. And the thing is, right, what fucks me off about these free speech absolutist cunts is the idea that they can just say things and anyone can say anything. And really, if you're offended by it, then that's your problem. It's not about offending people, you daft twats. Not you watching this. I'm talking about the fucking gambots. It's not about offending people. I'll tell you what it's about. It's people not putting videos about self-harm onto TikTok. Because then... if your teenage daughter is scrolling through and she starts seeing videos about self-harm, she might be encouraged to start self-harming. Or videos about suicide. So we say, look, we have social media, but there's certain things you can't post on it. Oh, free speech. No. People will get harmed by this, you fucking you fucking mad bastard. You absolute... clanging gobshite. Seriously, what the fuck? Like, can you not see that this is the problem here? That this is the issue. This is the issue right here. That you're going on about free speech, but if we allow unlimited free speech, people are going to get hurt. People are going to die because of your concept of free speech. And yet you have people like Clarkson and Elon Musk and Donald Trump and fucking that gobshite, what's his name? Boris, I forgot his name now. Boris Johnson, all coming out with the same shite. All coming out with the same absolute horrific nonsense about, yeah, you know, we should encourage free speech. People should be able to say what they like in universities and online and all these different places. Like, no. All right? Do no harm. Do no harm. I know that's the Hippocratic Oath, but it's one that we should all kind of live by, I think, to some degree. Don't you think? No. Anyway. Why does Clarkson hate a woman he may know of but does not know personally? If he is on the level, he needs to see his GP pronto to sort his anger issues out. That's true. Just a joke, you know, like on Top Gear, Stuart Lee. I like that, Gaz. Who says, even everyone, I'm late. Duke says, I'm currently having an argument with a gammon from a Femi video. Good on you. I wouldn't take Clarkson very seriously. He puts up a show, in my opinion. Yeah, but his words affect how people feel. Like the dickheads who read The Sun are going to read that and go, yeah, I hate it too. Because he tells them that. That said, Clarkson was a Remainer. Oh, well, you can't win them all. Yeah, so was J.K. Rowling. She's turned fucking gangster. You know, Graham Linehan wrote fucking Father Ted. He was a fucking hero of mine. And then one day he woke up in the middle of the night and went, trans people exist! And from that moment on, he was just fucking bonkers. And his wife left him. His kids don't talk to him anymore. His friends have all sacked him off. And he's just constantly complaining now. And yeah, I in a weird way, I feel sorry for these fucking millionaires because they've obviously gone mad. Anyway, but then they would say not. I agree, but the injustice is immense. Jeremy Clarkson lost a legal battle in a dispute over public access to a path near his Isle of Man lighthouse property. The locals went to his house and lobbed the fence into the sea. That's great. That's fantastic. Criminal negligence is rife. I don't agree with Clarkson putting up a show to avoid confusion. Yeah, I know. Do no harm and take care, indeed. One good thing, Clarkson's daughter has disowned the comments. In a way, Liz Truss's father is at odds with her politics and it's damaged their relationship. Yeah. I don't know what it is with I mean, Liz Truss is just a weirdo. I mean, she's just a fucking weirdo. But generally speaking, if your parents just hate everything, everyone. I mean, I do. I hate individuals. I hate particular people. I hate the fucking gammon. You know, if I want to just say, look, I hate this bunch of people, I'll just say I hate the gammon. I do. But it's because of their actions rather than how they were born, the circumstances they were born in, what school they went to, what colour their skin is. It's nothing to do with any of that. It's not about disabilities they have or don't have. It's not about their sexual orientation. It's just they're people who hold obnoxious opinions, and I hate them. And I'm not one of these people, you know, the old paradox of toleration. I'm not one of these people that go, oh yeah, live and let live. We've all got to have a plurality of ideas, and everyone gets to have to say no. Fuck it. If someone's saying something that's uniquely damaging and actually hurting people and killing people, then no, stop it. Just fucking stop it. And we should talk about platforms. Someone mentioned it in the comments before. Platforms, like these platforms that these people have, are very, very powerful. Now, what dickhead wrote in what this dickhead wrote in the Sun isn't going to be read by that many people because the people who buy the Sun can't read. Except it's been amplified by the fact that it was recut and sent out on social media, so everyone on Twitter saw it. Everyone then reading articles about it on the Independent and the BBC and the Guardian. So his platform got even more amplified. So I'm just going to go on to... I'll just give a shout out to Pineapple Boy for 179 super chat there. With the cookbook out the way, what book next? Says Pineapple Boy. Either Angry Morons, which is going to be my history of the Brexit referendum, how we got to the Brexit referendum, or it's going to be Top of the World. Angry Morons will be easier to write. I could write Angry Morons pretty quickly, whereas, the second book of the thing. Anyway, yeah, it's difficult. Well, you know what? I'm plugging away. I've got about 4 projects on the go at the moment. If one of them works, I might have enough money and therefore spare time to write Top of the World, because it's something that I have to do in my spare time. And if I haven't got any spare time, I can't write the fucking book. Like I say, this cookbook did not take me long to write. You'll probably able to find some spelling mistakes in there, and please don't cook any of these recipes. As it says on the back, it's an advisory cookbook. Anyway, back to this gobshite in the Sun. He wrote, at night, I'm unable to sleep. As I lie there, grinding my teeth, and dreaming of the day she is made to parade naked through the streets of every town in Britain, while the crowds chant shame and throw lumps of excrement at her. This is a powerful white man writing this in an exquisitely white newspaper to white working class dickheads. And this is what he's coming out with. You've got to hate this woman. You've got to hate this woman. And he then goes on to say, everyone who's my age thinks the same way. Now, I often get accused of ageism, so I'm not going to comment on that comment, but I don't know if he's wrong. Sorry, I was getting a bit hot, so I took this big fucking fleece off, and now I'm cold again. It's got really warm, like tonight. It's like 14 degrees outside. It's so fucking weird. All the snow and ice has sat there for like 2 weeks outside the window is now just gone. Anyway, Father Ted the musical did not go into production because Graham Linehan refused to have nothing to do with the project, even after Jimmy Mulville offered him £250,000 to remove his involvement. Fucking hell. Yeah, but you know, he's right in his head. He's the fucking hero, and everyone else is wrong. Top of the World, says Pineapple Boy. I don't know what Meghan and Harry actually did. Nothing. They did nothing. They literally... They haven't done anything bad. They just wanted some support from the royal family against the tabloid press, who are being fucking arseholes, as the tabloid press often are, especially to royalty, especially to Harry's mum, who they killed. And yeah, they decided that because they weren't getting support from the royal family, they'll leave the country and do their own thing. And then people go, oh, well, if they don't want the publicity, why are they putting out a documentary? And it's like, yeah, listen, dickhead. They never said they don't want the publicity. Don't forget, Meghan is an actress and Harry is a prince. It wasn't about the publicity. It's about them not being able to burp, fart, or whistle without some paparazzi with 1,000-time fucking telephoto zoom lens basically shining it through their fucking window and trying to take fucking pictures of them. And don't forget, wasn't that long ago that the brother of Prince Harry, Prince William, his wife, Kate Middleton, was snapped by paparazzi with her top off. I couldn't think of a more horrific invasion of privacy by the press than to photograph our future Queen of England, because that's what she's going to be, she lives long enough, naked. And then plastering it all over the fucking magazines in France or Italy or wherever they were published. I mean, fuck off. Just fuck off. I mean, but yeah, Harry and Meghan have done nothing wrong, and you know, if Clarkson's right about everyone his age hating her this much, you got to wonder, why did they leave? Why did they leave the country? What was the problem? Well, there you go. That literally was the. But they were damned if they did and damned if they didn't. They were damned if they stayed here because they just criticised everything they did, and if they went away so that children could be protected and Meghan could be protected from the fucking paparazzi who would be out to kill her like they did with Harry's mum. If they went away, they'll be damned as well. Oh, how dare you desert your royal duties. This is the guy who flew fucking helicopters in fucking Afghanistan. You know, put his life on the line fighting for this country. You know, and these dickheads who have never done any fucking duty in their life. They just fucking sat on their fucking asses playing Call of Duty. That's about as close to duty as they've ever fucking got. And then snarled at people on the TV for not wearing a poppy while sitting on a couch and not wearing a poppy themselves. But the person on TV should be wearing a poppy. I'm going to write a letter to the BBC. I'm very angry. How dare you not wear a poppy? These fucking gobshites who wouldn't know the first thing about duty, and they're going, oh, he's betraying his duty. What fucking duty, mate? He's done his duty. He fought for his country. He did 2 tours in Afghanistan. That's fine. That's more than enough for me, right? I wouldn't have had any tours in Afghanistan. I don't believe that people are born into duty. And if he doesn't want to do the job, he doesn't have to. And don't say, oh, but he doesn't want publicity. It was never about publicity. He never even fucking mentioned publicity. He talked about the infringement of his privacy and why other celebrities can, to a certain extent, manage their privacy, but the royals weren't allowed to because of this demonic fucking tyrannical power deal they had with the media, which was like, we'll let you take a few photos of us and then you leave us alone. And then the fucking media never fucking did that. They stayed there. At least one cunt stayed behind a fucking bush taking pictures. Anyway, lots of accusations. No specifics, says Cathal. I like Bjork's approach to the paparazzi. Tell me more, Paul. I'm not quite sure what you're getting at there, so you'll have to explain that one to me. But I'm sure it'd be quite funny. I saw Bjork last summer, actually, at the Blue Dot Festival. Freckle Beauty says, some will claim Clarkson was being humorous. Even if that's the case, which I doubt, he should know that humour often translates badly in print. And yes, you're Spike Milligan or Mark Steele, of course. Well, yeah. If Mark Steele had written that, you would know that he was taking the piss out of people like Clarkson. But Clarkson, it's not necessarily that he was taking the piss. And the people that are reading this, because Mark Steele writes for like The Guardian or The Independent or something, he does not write for the fucking Sun. Because if he wrote for the Sun, people would take him seriously. Clarkson expects people to take him seriously in this matter. Phil says, bit like Harry Enfield, Shumley Warner, women know your limits. Women know your limits! That's still gammon mentality. Yeah. Paul says, I've got lots of execution. Phil, another message from Phil. A bit further up. Meghan and Harry had the audacity to exist and want to enjoy their lives. People like Penis and Clarkson should think, Piers, sorry, and Clarkson should think women should be subservient and obedient to their bloke. It's really embarrassing. Oh, sorry, press the mute button. It's really embarrassing, isn't it, when you think like that we live We have to share an island with these motherfuckers. It's like, you know, you take pride in stuff that your country did, like, I don't know, won at the football, or if anyone's got memories that go that far back, or you know, won a war or something like that. And you take pride in what we did, and then at the same time, I was thinking, if you're going to take pride, you've also got to take the shame as well. You've got to take the shame in the crimes that your country committed, and every country's committed crimes. Every country has committed crimes, but some crimes are greater than others. The British Empire's crimes are pretty much off the fucking charts. They are off the charts. We're talking genocide, multiple genocides, tribes in West Africa that are simply not with us anymore because of the fucking British, tribes in the Caribbean, like the Caribs, who are literally no longer with us anymore because of the British. Aboriginal tribes in Australia who are no longer with us because of the British. And First Nations tribes in Canada who are not here anymore because of the British. And also Native American tribes that are not with us anymore because of the do you see the pattern here? Do you see the pattern? So, you know, if you're going to take pride in your country, you've also got to take the shame. That's the rule, okay? You've also got to take the disgrace. If you're going to take the good stuff, you've also got to take the bad stuff. Yin and yang. It's fucking karma, all right? So, like, it is, to me, particularly painful that I was born on the same island as people like Piers Morgan and Corbyn, Piers Corbyn as well, but and Clarkson, Jeremy Clarkson. I mean, they're just such clanging, dead set, A1, cast iron cunts, and I happen to share the same fucking rock in the Atlantic with them, and that embarrasses the shit out of me. Fuck yeah, he's from my neck of the woods. Sorry. I wish I was Scottish. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Number 3, writing about grinding his teeth unable to sleep isn't a joke. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a joke to him. It's all a joke to him. He just thinks it's funny. He thinks, oh, well, you know, I can say what I like because I'm a rich, powerful white man with a massive platform. And the idea that, like, I don't know, Twitter is the great leveler because anyone can tweet. Yeah, but if we tweet, if people watching this, if I tweet, I mean, you might get a few retweets. I might have once a month when I have a tweet that particularly takes off, but generally speaking. Whereas the famous people like Elon Musk, he tweets something, there's fucking 10 million people see it. That's not a level playing field. 10 million people didn't see my tweet and go, ha 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 ha, that was funny. Funny little meme Graham put on the internet there. Oh, how we laughed. But they don't see it. It's not the way the algorithm works. And that's the same with traditional media as well. It's not the way the traditional media algorithm works. You have certain people who have massive fucking platforms and other people have tiny platforms. And then the people with the massive platforms, when they're told, oi, take responsibility for the shit coming out your fucking mouth, they go, oh, but it's free speech. It's free speech. It's all a level playing field, mate. We can say anything we like about anything. Yeah. So if I ever met Jeremy Clarkson, I might make fun of his father-in-law because I think his father-in-law won the VC. So I'll just make fun of him. I'll just go, oh, well, you know, he was a coward though, wasn't he? He ran away. He got the medal, but it was the men who were really fighting. And see how upset he gets. And I'll go, oh, freedom of speech, mate. Freedom of speech. Don't remember my father-in-law. He was a great man. He fought in the war. Blah, blah. He got a VC, man. Yeah, he got a VC. VC, very cowardly. That's what that stood for. Do you know what you got a VC for? For fucking surviving. That was the one thing you got a VC for. You didn't get it if you fucking died, did you? No. Well, maybe you got a posthumous one, but he didn't. The point being that would probably upset him quite a lot. I don't actually hold those beliefs, by the way, but like, you imagine, like, if you wanted to piss him off, and then you say, but you know, everyone's open to say what they like. It's like when I lived in Australia, and Australians would say to me, oh, you know, we don't mind sticking it to people, but you know, we can take it ourselves. And then you make a joke about the fucking football game being like super gay in a good way, and it's like what are you saying that for? It's like, well, it's all these men on the pitch and they're wearing these little tiny fucking hot pants. I mean, we're literally paying to see men run around for 90 minutes in hot pants. I mean, you know, I don't mind, you know, man of the world and all that, but it does seem a little bit weird for a country that is a little bit obsessed with machismo, but whatever. And then he got upset. Or you make a joke like, you know, when you go in over the border and they say you got any criminal record, and you say, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know it was still compulsory." Anyway, moving on. Just seen a tweet from Clarkson claiming it was a clumsy reference to Game of Thrones. I know it was a reference to Game of Thrones, but so what? He's still... honestly, I mean, I don't see how that's helping in any way, like, dig him out of this hole that he's literally dug for himself like a big mad bastard. Mike Galsworthy says, Conservator. There you go. Thank you for that. Should give Mike a call. Writing, type in YouTube Bjork paparazzi. I can't search on YouTube while I'm broadcasting on YouTube, Paul. Bloody hell. That ambidextrous, multitasking, all that jazz. Ernie says, do they think that their nudge, nudge, wink, wink fascism isn't transparent to us? I don't think they think too hard about it, to be honest with you. I don't think they care. That was something that I said earlier in the year when I had that conversation with James O'Brien. He asked me why we made it so difficult, why the government made it so difficult for Ukrainian refugees to come here, or any refugees to come here. And I said, because they're evil. And then afterwards I thought, I should say it's because they don't care. They really do not care. 20,000 people die in nursing homes. They don't care. £1 trillion of our assets shipped out the country because as a direct result of Brexit. They don't care. Thousands of companies go bust because of Brexit. They don't care. People are living on the streets. People are going to food banks like never, ever before in history. Nurses are going on strike for the first time in history. They don't care. They just do not care. But with hindsight, actually, no, they are evil and they don't care. They're the two things. I mean, there's the banality of evil, isn't there? The idea that these people, they just don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about anything. I don't even think they give a shit about themselves, to be honest with you. I mean, look at Boris Johnson. Looks like a fucking unmade bed. I just realised that I had knocked down the resolution on the streaming quality of my video, so I'm just going to knock it up a little bit. If this messes up the video, I am very sorry, okay? I apologise profusely. I'm just going to knock it up to 1500. Okay, so it might be a little bit smoother now. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Oh dear, I put my foot in it. I wrote a column about Meghan, made a clumsy reference to a scene in Game of Thrones, and had gone down badly with a great many people. It's not an apology, is it? Twitter is the great leveller because we can all tweet. Yeah, you know what? Pens are the great leveller because we can all write with them. Good luck getting your work published. Government to sue Moan-linked PPE firm for 122 million. I see the government spending 300 to 500,000 and getting zero. They might get an out of court settlement. Yeah, so this is the bra saleswoman from Glasgow who stole £29 million from the taxpayer. With a black company that she invented that was supposed to supply the NHS with PPE, and most of it didn't fucking work. And then she bought a yacht, and she bought 2 of her children houses each. The cunt. Oh, and she got made a lord, or a lady, or whatever the fuck they're called in the House of Lords when they're a lady. She got made into a lady. Just don't tell J.K. Rowling, she'll have another fucking... Anyway, didn't Giuliani use the same exact excuse across the pond? Indeed. Bjork grabbed a photographer by the hair and wrestled her to the floor. Wow, cool. Oh, it seems a bit like bad that if it was another woman, but if it was a man, that would be fucking brilliant. I'm just thinking what crime San Marino committed. Ooh, San Marino. Well, I think, here we go. So something bad about San Marino. I think that they haven't allowed homosexuality. I think homosexuality or something was illegal in San Marino until like crazy recently. I might be wrong, but I've got a feeling. It might be Liechtenstein that I'm thinking of, but I think San Marino had some like fucking mad arcane rule that was, yeah, way out of date. But yeah. So not all good, San Marino. No, it's not an Odia thing or an oops thing. It was vile and act like a coward trying to palm off ownership of your imagery to elsewhere. You're not owned. What you said. Yeah, well, exactly, he hasn't. Michelle moans that she did nothing wrong. Yeah, she just stole £29 million from the taxpayer. You know, what could be more patriotic than that? Typical gammon Tory behaviour. The comedian Mike Harding's first gig in Australia was at a festival. His opening line was, "It's great to play in the world's biggest open prison." Surprisingly, Harding's act died on its arse. Why do Australians call beer Forex? Because they can't spell beer. No? How long does it take an Australian to have a shit? About 9 months. Unless it's premature. Okay, moving on. Lol says, it'll be much easier with the studio audience, but maybe coming soon. Maybe coming soon. So that's it really. I had those 3 things that I wanted to chat about with you tonight. This might be my last broadcast before Christmas. I'll do another one next week. Well, I'll try and get another one in next week, but it will be Boxing Day, and I might have a hangover. I don't know. Other news: the Festival of Blood, also known as Qatar 2022, ended yesterday. Apparently, it came to an end, just stopped, like the end of The Sopranos, I guess. I don't know, didn't watch it. And some team won, some team lost. Oh well. And the important thing is that the 6,500 workers who died so that the World Cup could happen, the one that died every playing minute of the tournament, it was well worth it. That was absolutely 100% worth it. Also, what was worth it was the fact that Qatar in the last few weeks has used more carbon than the entire carbon output of Africa uses in a year. For a game of kickabout in the park, for a game, it's a fucking game. All right, it's not like life or death. No matter what Bill Shankly thought, it is a fucking game. You do not kill 6,500 people to play a fucking game unless, I don't know, you're that crazy fucking emperor out of fucking Gladiator and you just go around lopping people's heads off for fucking sport or something. I don't know. You know what? Whether you lop their heads off or get them eaten by a tiger or fucking just, let them bake to death in the 50-degree heat of the scorching desert sun. I mean, the result is the same, isn't it? They're all fucking dead for someone's amusement, for someone's, someone's to go, yeah, this is so much fun. I'm having lots of fun. Someone else's fun. People dying for someone else's fun. And I just draw the line there. Some construction workers die setting up something, like a big event, a fete or a festival, or, it tinges the whole event. If one person dies, unfortunately, 2 people died this weekend in Brixton at a gig where there was a crush, and it's horrific. It's so sad. It's so sad that this happened. And then, that venue is now going to be tinged with that fucking tragedy forever. But it wasn't intentional. Maybe we're going to find out there was a lack of preparation for gigs and this, that, or whatever. But, no one sat down and went, in order for this gig to go ahead, a couple of people are going to have to die. Mark my words, when Qatar sat down with FIFA, they must have fucking known that people would die. Because they're not idiots. They're not idiots, right? And you'd have to be pretty fucking stupid to honestly believe that you can build 8 stadiums in a desert with 50-degree heat using modern slaves and not one of them will die. Some people might die, but they won't be me, so I don't give a fuck. That's what FIFA said. That's what Qatar said. And they can both fuck themselves to death, as far as I'm concerned. That's an absolute disgrace of a tournament. An absolute disgrace. And I don't care about the actual fucking kickabout. People say, oh, it was a great match. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Was it really, really worth it? That's the question we've got to ask ourselves and humanity. How much is a human life worth? Is it worth a game of fucking kickabout in the park? Is it? Would you stab someone in the fucking face so you could play football with your mates in the park? Would you do that? No? Well, don't fucking watch the World Cup. It's too late now. It's over. Go off to some other oppressive regime. Who's next? Canada. Yeah, that'll do. Fucking disgraceful. Absolute state. Phil is shouting at me in capitals, single-use stadiums. Yeah. Yeah, take that environment. Hi, Tim. Tim's just joining us. Kira Labby, this is the first time ever an England supporter has not been arrested at a tournament, so one positive for the government. I mean, I'm going to be biased because I hate football anyway, but no, it wasn't worth it at all. I'm quite partial to a game of football, to be honest with you. I'm not a football hater. I'm not a massive football fan. I support Everton for fuck's sake. You know, we've never won anything. But like, well, not for like 25 years. But yeah, the point is 27 years. But yeah, the point is that like to stand up now at this point and go, yeah, that was great in the end, wasn't it? You know, despite everything, it was great. And it's just like, no, it fucking wasn't, mate. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. Here's the gun. Go and shoot that 17-year-old kid in the head so you can play football. Oh, no, even better. You can stand at the side and watch other people play football. But you've got to kill him before you can do it. The vast majority of humans will balk at that idea. But because it's sanitized, because you don't see the people suffering, you don't see them die, you don't see it in front of you, they may as well have not existed. Their deaths don't count. A bit like when people go, oh, it was drugs related, and someone dies, they go, oh, it was drugs related, and it's, oh, suddenly, oh, we don't care anymore. A life is a life. And those construction workers did not deserve to be fed into a fucking mincing machine in order to make fucking FIFA some fucking wodge. And the fact that they were, and so many people went and turned a blind eye to it. It's days like this when I start thinking about this too much that I just go, we're fucking doomed as a species. As a species, humans are fucking doomed. Because we just want the easy life. We just want easy answers to stuff. We're lazy. We're lazy and we get bored easily. There you go. Welcome to planet Earth. Enjoy your stay. Shut up. I built 90 stadiums in 30 days and no one died. Yes, it was Minecraft, but it still stands. Yes, Wayne, that was my point. So, you know, you didn't kill anyone by building stadiums in Minecraft. Indians, Nepalis, Bangladeshis, Pakistanis, says HK. Yeah, and also people from the Philippines and also people from Egypt and from Yemen, in fact, and other places around the Middle East came to work in Qatar. It wasn't just people from the Indian subcontinent. FA Cup 1995. Indeed, yes, Phil. The same season that we almost went down into the then... What was it called? It would have been the first division, wasn't it? Because the first division for a bit before they changed the championship. I built a giant tree out of concrete in Minecraft for a long-winded political joke about that ratty Mike Graham. Football is so big in the Middle East. In Iran, girls and women dress up as boys and men to get in to watch the games. That's mad, isn't it? Anyway, single-use stadiums. I get my coat. I think that was a reference to my terrible Australia jokes. Murdoch's trending again. No, it's not good news. Fuck. Well, that's a shame. Anyway, the good news is that the Capitol riot panel has recommended charges be brought against Trump. It's that they don't have any kind of legal sway over the DOJ, really, but they have presented all this evidence, and it's going to be very difficult now for the Department of Justice to ignore it. But yeah, charges should be brought. That little fucker should be put in front of a trial, and there's more than enough evidence to convict him and put him away for the rest of his life. The rest of his miserable, stinking, godforsaken life. Wayne says, Everton are the modern-day Accrington Stanley. Who are they? Yeah, he's being funny. But at the end of the day, here's what you got to know. Everton have played more top-flight football matches than any other team. End of. End of, baby. And you know what? We'll have to go down out of the Premier League for a good, I don't know, fucking 17 years in order for the other clubs to catch up with us. 17 years, baby. So, we got some things going for us. We're like, that terrible Chubbawamba song. You get knocked down, but we get up again. Actually, no, we don't. We don't even get knocked down. We're like one of those weebles that just kind of like come back up. I remember the milk advert, says Phil Spicer. A bit like women going to see the Stonings and Life of Brian. Yes, exactly like that. Bollocks, Arsenal have never been relegated. Arsenal have never been relegated from the top flight. Yes, they have, my friend. Yes, they have. Everyone's been relegated. Let's play this. Most matches played in top flight football. There you go. Most matches played in top. Oh, it's Peter Shilton. Right. There we go. Ranking the 20 top clubs. So Arsenal have had 89. No, that can't be right. That's not right. Arsenal's not right. Let's have a look. By consecutive seasons. Okay, so if you rank it by consecutive seasons, but if you don't rank it by consecutive seasons, because Everton went down, I don't know, in the 40s or something, then they are number one. Which teams have always been in the top flight? Okay. These 6 clubs have been in the top division for decades. That's in goal. And that's Man United, Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Everton. But yeah, most overall draws in the top flight is Everton. Right. This is going to be boring to anyone who doesn't give a fuck about football. But I just want to point this out that, yes. Most seasons in the top flight. Number 1, Everton, with 120 seasons in the top flight. Number 2, Aston Villa. No one got that, did you? Aston Villa with 109 in the top flight. Liverpool comes next with 108 in the top flight. Arsenal after that with 106. So if Everton go down into the Championship for 14 years, then Arsenal's got a chance to catch up with us. Up the arse, as they say in Arsenal. But I don't know why Wayne's getting so mad about Arsenal, because he's a West Ham fan. It's just a bit weird. You see pictures of Elmo Musk with... He's saying sorry. No, I've literally just told you what the stats are. Everton, 120 seasons in the top flight. Arsenal, 106. That's on Wikipedia. Go and have a look. Football records and statistics in England. That's Division 1 plus the Premier League, because obviously it changed when you got to the Premier League. Anyway, right. What Arsenal have is the most successive seasons in the top flight, with 97, which is quite impressive. But still, not as good as being up there at the top for 16 more years than Arsenal. Them's be fighting words, Shipbrick. Listen, mate, just because you love the Hammers, just because they're your favourite team in all the world. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, it's not, is it? You're a Tottenham fan, aren't you? Oh, I always get them mixed up. All the London clubs look the same to me. And they all smell the same as well. Right, anyway, no one cares about football here. Wayne, go away. No, we don't care about football. We care about politics and calling Tories motherfuckers, because that's always fun. Anyway, my hour is up. Thank you very much for joining me on this week before Christmas. It was the week before Christmas, and there was not a sound in the house apart from a mouse or something. Right, I will be back. Maybe Thursday. Maybe. There's a huge maybe that I might do a Thursday show, but I'm not promising anything, and I don't think it'll be announced. It'll just be, if I've got time to do it on Thursday, I will do it. But if I haven't, I'll see you after Christmas. So buy my book, send it to someone who voted for Brexit. It's called The Great Brexit Cookbook by Graham Hughes. Please buy my book. That would be great. Which Premiership has won the most toughies? I don't know. Football, rubbish. 56 watching and only 19 likes. Smash that like button. I don't think it makes any difference these days. Anyway, if you wanna know when I'm going live, please hit the bell notification icon, and that will give you a little buzz in your pocket if I come on live. If I appear live on YouTube. And until after Christmas, I guess I'm going to say thank you to all of my wonderful Patreon supporters and my YouTube members and everyone watching and everyone who gave a super chat tonight, obviously. You're all absolutely awful. Just dreadful. Just the worst. No, you're awesome. You're all absolutely awesome. And I love you all. If anyone wants to drop a super like in, not a super like, what's it called? Super chat. I'm fucking up my words. Honestly, mate, it's past me bedtime. That's why I started doing these an hour earlier. If anyone wants to drop in a super chat for Christmas, now's the time to do it, because I might not do another show before Christmas. Or you could buy my book. I get about a penny for every one of these sold, because we're only selling them for £6, and it costs about £5.99 to print the bastards. So yes, and I have to split that penny between me and my publisher in the States. So I get half a penny for every one I sell. I'm probably going to get about, I don't know, 25p by the end of the year. Phil Spicer, £5. Have lovely Xmas's if I don't watch beforehand. Thank you so much, Phil. You are an absolute legend. Aki's Mad is saying, thank yous, latest peeps. Come on, you blues, please. Casper says, have a great Christmas, everyone. And Wayne shouts very loudly, stop banging the desk, you wanker. Right, Merry Christmas to you all. I love you all, and I will see you very soon. Sooner than you think. Until then, hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye.